Hello people of YouTube. Friday morning, vlog 39 we're up to, and I'll tell you, I could not do this without social media. It's been a pretty flat out week. We're just getting everything up and going. Got our flags, still waiting on signs and other things. Big effort into getting the showroom sorted out, and I'm going to take you around because I must say I am so proud of what we've achieved this week, but the team that I'm working with as well. Let me just give you a couple of the highlights. Oh, look in front of me, look at this. This is what it's turned out like. Here's our little tribute to everything billet aluminium for the Y62. Very happy how all of that's looking. I've got our TV up on the wall, so that's mainly so I can sit here with people that come in, and instead of being like a face-to-face counter sort of approach, I can be shoulder to shoulder, put my MacBook here, Apple TV up onto the TV, and I can do live quotes. I can show the exhaust reviews. Ooh, I don't know if I want to look at myself all the time though, but anyway, that's just YouTube streaming away. We've still got to get mounts made for all the bars, so let's just get them off the floor. We've just sort of got some ad hoc things going on here. A bit of a display for sliders. These are the new deluxe sliders, bottom ones with tops, top ones without, but the difference is this little bump that we've got here at the front. Continuing on, I think there's something missing here, Andrew Casser. Something shiny in that shape, I think should go there. Hint, hint. Maybe, yeah, you can help us out with that. And I'll show you around the rest of this place too. Oh, back here, this is kind of the office space. We're just sort of keeping it a little bit segregated, but making that look a bit more professional. So this is where Sharon and I'll sit over the other side. Steve is on the phone all the time, but Steve doesn't need a computer. He doesn't like them. He reckons if he even looks at them, they break. So we've got monitors for everyone else here, except Steve. And we've got a new person starting on Monday, Jason, who's going to be like our business support person for Dash Off-Road. And he's going to look after a lot of the stock that's in the warehouse, but also triage a lot of the emails and messages and phone calls that are coming through. And there's never really been a contact phone number for Dash Off-Road. And that's because if I had one, I'd never get time to do any work. So Jason's going to be the person that you can ring up and say, where's my stuff? And or is this in stock, or all of that sort of thing. So when he's up and going and we've got the phone number, we'll advertise that too. Over the other side, all right, let me show you this. Here is our tribute wall to what all V8 should have, and that's a decent exhaust. We couldn't put all of the ones that I reviewed up there, but we're stuck with the Manta and the Toolkit for now. Mainly because I don't have stock of the pacemaker or Harrop yet, but they are coming into stock very soon. And the Harrop, you'll notice it's like Harrop advertises just the mid section. I was lucky enough to be able to test the full mid and tailpipe section. So I've ordered stock, it's arriving. I haven't finished the video, I'm sorry. I've just been too busy here this week. I've started recording it. The system's on my car, it sounds brilliant. But yeah, and I must admit, I'm not towing, so I'm going to give it a good towing review, and I'm not towing until the long weekend, next weekend. So I'll probably get a good feel for the towing side of it, and then I can tell you exactly how that goes with the Harrop too. Other bits and pieces. If you've been following my Facebook posts on Dash Off-Road, you'll notice I've been talking about a new flare. Well, actually two new things that are coming. This is the new flare that's just a little bit wider than the slimline flares that we have been using. So a little bit taller, not as wide as a cut snake, for example, but somewhere in between. And for those people that have got a little bit more poke than 12 mil, that's going to be the one to solve it. I want to take you to this wall because this is another amazing little thing that Carl's done over here. But no one picked this. This was the other new thing. I wonder if I can focus on it. Here we go. I'll zoom in. Have a look at that. Dash 06 and a Dash 02. So these are two new coils that we're going to bring out. They are the only two in the world at the moment, but
this started last November for 2 reasons. One, there's a massive shortage of coils at the moment, which is holding everyone's suspension orders up. But the other one is, I don't think there has been a coil made for my specific need, and that's the way my car is set up, and I do a lot of towing and full driving. So I'm designed a coil with different spring rates, heights, free heights, and wrap that anything else there is on the market at the moment. And that's the first prototypes that just arrived. So I'm gonna try and get them in my car before next weekend. One of them is to suit the 1-inch Smurf lift. And then of course there'll be a 2-inch lifted one as well. But I guess to put it into a category, it's somewhere in between what our light coils are at the moment and our medium ones. And you'll notice for 2 reasons. Marketing purposes, if you see this wine-coloured coil in the back of a car, without having to go up and look at what's on it, you'll know that it's a dash one, because no other manufacturer makes a wine-coloured coil. Why did we pick wine-coloured? I'll let you work that out. All right, next, the Great Wall of Air. I've been talking about this on previous videos. The vision has been here, and with thanks to Carl, our fitter, he's turned it into reality. Let me flip this around. All right, so yeah, running off this big DCS 200 battery we've got here, just because you can't kill these things. We have all of this, and it's all hooked up and working. We didn't have long enough braided lines for the air tank, but that will come soon. So twin compressor up the top, and look at this. We took the little instrument panel out of Goldie, just so 1, we can display the switches and all the different colors, but 2, this actually works. How cool is that? So a new thing that we've been doing a fair bit of is this airbag man gauge, and this is a way of managing your airbags. So the airbags are physically hooked up for display purposes down here, and we can lower the pressure at the tip of a finger. Having a little dance there. And we can put them up. This is going to be noisy. So we're doing this more and more often now, just because it's such a nice, neat thing, and you don't have to go and get a hose out. So in your center console where your cup holders are, there's this odd shaped, like Red Bull size sort of cup holder. We've created a bracket that matches the exact shape, goes into there, and is set up with these buttons, so you can run your airbags at whatever temperature. This is the manifold that controls all of this. It's an Airbag Man product. And yeah, then we'll go into the, if we want to have air tanks. I get asked all the time about, I want a twin compressor, and can I get that 4-litre ARB air tank to go underneath it? To be honest, like 4 litres, that's good for juice at cub camps. It's not big enough to be useful as a tank in a car, I don't believe. So we're not going down that route. They don't have a water drain hole at the bottom either. So we've gone and hunted around the industry and found the Airbag Man aluminium tank, lightweight, 11 litres. We can fit this up parallel to the long range tank underneath the floor, and that's got to use, you could run a rattle gun off of that, you could run pump up a tyre, whereas a 4-litre tank, you'd lucky if you pump up half a tyre. So that's why we're going down that route. This is the beauty of being independent. So we've got, people want the single compressors, we can run it off of this little bracket here. This is made in Gladstone of all places. We've got this other bracket made in Victoria, I believe. Airbag Man, Polyair, we are truly independent. I might even talk about the old Airbag Mans a bit. In Y62s, it's quite the challenge to get extra height out of the back of your car with their airbags, especially the taller cars that are around, like the ones that are slightly above 2 inches. So I can't take the credit for this. Zach, East Coast Customs, has been talking to Airbag Man about making a 12-inch, like a longer airbag, and they've done it. So for the taller cars out there that are having issues getting the height that they need, we'll have stock of the 12-inch version Airbag Man very, very soon. Probably, I think, end of next week. All right. I'm going to talk about this because this is where social media saved the day. As you know from last week's video, we had the dash floor basically without notice. We couldn't supply it anymore, and so we were left scrambling, and I posted that video last week. I'll turn this compressor off. That's better. I had messages like all over the weekend saying, hey David, I think we can help you. You know, I had the option of either making it in-house ourselves, going to a kitchen place or another four-wheel drive store. I explored all of those, and must admit we came up with a winning solution, and it's from a high-end kitchen manufacturer in Adelaide who don't do anything in the four-wheel drive industry, but they're passionate about four-wheel drives. So we went and had a very long chat together about the product, about some ideas they had for improvements, plus the ones I already had in mind. So there's a new product being developed as we speak. It's all being CAD drawn up, and the machinery that this factory has got is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the software, like I could never do something in-house when I learned what a high-end factory can do like that. So we will be back in production of their false floors and drawer systems and other things very soon. They got some great, I tell you, go to a kitchen place and talk about full drive drawers. They've got no preconceived ideas of what a full drive drawer should look like. For example, those little yellow tabs that you have to press to get the drawers in and out, they can do all of this. The locking system at the back of the drawer, so you don't have to have that silly little thing. Anyway, they've got lots of really cool ideas, and in the words of Matt Webber, a more aligned moral compass to our business. So I think this is the start of a very good working arrangement. Here's a little bit of a look at the factory and what they've done today. If you ever wondered what a CNC machine looks like, this is what it is. It's like a big table with some electronic gadget on top of it, with a drill bit basically milling out the shape of the pattern or what you need. The more money you spend on it, the more accurate it gets and the faster it can do it. This one is about 130,000, and he's getting another bigger one. Lots of other edging tools just to get the finish on the sides of the floors or the products that they're making as well. And it's just, this guy has 2 warehouses and makes high-end kitchens, like the show-winning kitchens. We're gonna just help him keep his CNC machine busy, and in return, he's gonna help us get this product back to market and innovate it so we can get to that next level, which is what we always like to do at Dash Off-Road.
All right, let's do some more show and tell. Here's this glass house video. Who would have thought that would have done so well? I never thought that would happen. All right,
Coming out the workshop, bit of a sticky door, and what we've got out here, everything's ready to go now. Hoists are up and running, a bit more branding around the place, and we're all ready to go. Monday morning, we're going to have our first jobs rolling, start working on them, and it's going to be such a good space. A bit more branding going up on the wall up there. All the stock is ready to go, so the next 10 builds that we've got booked in, everything is up there ready to go. And running around to the Dash warehouse, we're supposed to get our shipment this week of all the Series 5 bars, Series 1 to 4 bars and everything else. So annoying. The stock is here in Adelaide, but it got quarantined at customs, so we're sitting on our hands for another week. They've assured me that we will have it here Thursday, then we'll unload it and get everything out as soon as possible. So I apologise for the people that have been waiting, but it's definitely happening. Next little project, side project. Project Forklift. I need a better name. This is our Toyota forklift that we acquired. The seat is pretty ratty, and it looks pretty ratty all over. So I think this week, maybe even today if I get time, it seems like a good Friday job, I'm just going to get some rattle cans and I'm going to stealth this thing out, all matte black. And I went and pinched the seat out of Goldie, so we're going to have a patrol seat in a Toyota forklift. Now there's comfort for you. It's not going to make it go any faster, but it will be comfortable. This place is going to be rocking and rolling in a week's time. More people, more products, more. It's going to be full. Can't wait. Afternoon now. I've been plodding away on the forklift, getting the seat out, and that delivery truck rocked up and this box arrived. I think I know what's in it, and if it is, it's something pretty special that I've had air freighted over, which a lot of Y62 guys will be interested in. I'm gonna pull it apart and we'll have a closer look. I'm a bit excited.
There we go, I've cracked her open. Can you work out what it is? I'll blow this out a bit. It's pretty big, it's pretty long. Goes at the back of the car, I reckon. These are the new lights I reckon we're gonna start playing around with. Because one thing we've learned from the rear bar world is rear lights can make or break a rear bar setup. Oh, I'm doing this one-handed. So we need to have good lighting at the back. Oh, there's no way to do it. I'm a bit excited. I should really stop. Ooh, look at that. So they're going to be recessed into the back of the bar for potentially a reversing light. Not bad at all. And then we've also got these in too. They've got the protective cover over it. So this would be like a flush mounted version, but that new sort of chip design, the plastic's on it, but imagine that flush mounted into a rear bar. I reckon that would be pretty good.
Yep, definitely the rear bar. I'm gonna bolt the wings on, put it on the fork and have a look.
Go, just a quick bolt together. I've only used like 2 bolts aside, but what we wanted to do is follow the lines of the Series 5. So we still have this little facet, it's only small though, on the corners. Single wheel carrier. Why? Because it looks good and no one else is doing it. 3-piece, so if you smash this part up, you can buy another one and bolt it on. And then the lights, that was also important. Unfortunately, the wheel carrier hasn't arrived yet, which goes along here. That'll be a big central mounted wheel carrier to hold at least up to a 37-inch tyre. And then there's the lights. So we have a dilemma. Function, but probably not as aesthetic, or aesthetics. These lights look cool. But functionally, because they're recessed back in, they end up being like a spot. So they look good, they'll be good for distance, but you won't get your angle out to the side like the other one. Let me know what you think, comment below, because we have to start pulling some triggers on this thing.
The big question now is, how quick can I get this on my car? Oh, the other thing I should tell you, see the little cutout there? We have designed this to do 2 things. One, we'd like it to fit if you've already got, say, a Nissan tow bar, but we are gonna supply a tow bar in conjunction with this. So it is a separate piece of hardware. So if you don't have a tow bar, you can get a dash tow bar. Otherwise, if all goes to plan, you can put this over the top of your Nissan tow bar. That's the plan. We're gonna bolt it up and see if it works. You can't order one for a long time. You can't even pre-order one for a long time. There's a lot of tests. There's a lot more that has to happen. But you're allowed to get excited with me because I think this is exciting. All right, now to get back into the serious task, putting a Nissan seat on a Toyota forklift.
Here we go, look at this. Is that not supreme? Oh yeah. Deluxo.
All right, first test.
There we go.
Ooh, we're a bit close on the roof. Oh yeah. This is comfy. I'm never going to want to get out of this thing. It's comfy as. All right, this day is almost over, but not quite. There's one last thing to celebrate since so much has happened this week and to get to this point right now. So we've got all the team, Jason, car behind me, Steve, all the families. We're all going to finish the Friday off, having a couple of drinkies, a few nibbles, looking at this rear bar and celebrate what's been like a massive thing. And I can tell you, none of this would have happened without the start of YouTube 6 years ago, Facebook, social media, all the people that I've been talking with you guys for so many years now, and the encouragement and support to get to this. So thank you once again social media has saved the day.
Go on, toot the horn.
What is that?
And that's it. That's Friday, done and dusted. Thanks for coming along for the ride. It's been kind of emotional. Love the people downstairs eating pizza, watching videos right now. Love the people watching this video right now. And I love all the people. Oh, this is getting way too emotional. Anyway, chances are nobody watches to the end of these videos anyway. So I'm going to see you next time on YouTube. Hey, mate. Yeah.